to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great Wednesday. Let me get the camera adjusted here properly on the screen. Oh my God, this is a really nice room I'm in today or last night, but I'm telling you what, it's like a cave. There's no real, I got a big window over there, but all the light is in the wrong place. My eyes are all messed up. It's been a glorious, glorious morning. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to the chat. Where's the chat button? That's not right. There we go. You know, obviously YouTube's going to be winning 16-6, and the numbers will just keep growing. Let's see here. Rose first, and my eyes are really messed up this morning. JB the 25th, you are number 2. And who else we got here? Rose, you guys are just chatting away. All righty then. Good to see you, Broseph. You are deterred. And JB the 25th is omnipresent and first on Rumble, as well as the other 4 people that are just looky-loos. All right, so let's see here. So we got GB. We've got already then. We got Dog and Ball Productions. Good morning, Catitude. Johnny says, I can't partake in the poll on the groups here in Texas. I don't have a group. I see. I'm sure the poll doesn't really work like that. But anyway, let's see here. West Virginia Pappy, Pastor's in the house. Johnny's asking if anybody's got any pecans falling yet. I don't know. All my pecan trees are on a different property. We got Bradley Collins. We got Stray Kitten. We got Deb Chandler and Cool Colt. All right, so we'll give it a couple of seconds for the chat, or not the chat, but the room to build up a little bit. I'm double fisting. I have 2 cups of coffee this morning. I left my damn mug in the car. But for the members, you guys should have seen the video that I made last night just for you guys. I haven't even had a chance to check it out yet, but it is for you and you only. So if you're not a member, I don't know what to tell you. Also, for those of you that are inside the Patreon, you've got 2 more days until the Patreon goes boop, 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 goodbye forever. So just an FYI, in case you are forgetting about the transition that you're supposed to be making if you want to stay connected. Okay, so with all that said, where are my notes? There's my notes right there. Okay, so as the catchy thumbnail and title reveals to all who watch this video, building a survival group is a cornerstone of effective prepping. As humans are naturally stronger in numbers, especially in crisis situations, despite the lone wolf image often idolized in the prepper community, the reality is that working together increases resilience, resource sharing, and adaptability. Forming a survival group isn't just about gathering people, it's about carefully balancing skills, personalities, and preparation strategies to keep a sustainable, functional team. Now, before we go any further, I know that there are people that are going to disagree with some of the things that I say, and that's okay with me because I am not perfect and I don't know everything. I only know what I know. So with that said, the ideal survival group is an ideal group should include 4 to 7 adults, who are physically fit, mentally resilient, and skilled in very valuable survival techniques like hunting or constructing shelters. Realistically, however, assembling such a perfect group is going to be challenging. People often have family members. Excuse me, I have a cough drop that's not working right. They often have family members they would want to bring along, which could introduce what we call weak links. Like children or elderly individuals. Building a team or even just 3 people with all the needed skills and traits can be harder than it seems. Now, if you're new to the channel, the way this works is I talk about something, you write something, I talk about what you wrote. With that said, I'm going to go with starting with your family members, because that's normally our go-to. And we've all got an uncle, whatever, and a cousin whoever who's nothing but trouble. And so these are variables that I'm very aware of. All right, so Starting with the family. A good starting point for survival groups is one's own family. Training family members in survival skills can be easier than finding strangers with these abilities and building trust with them. Additionally, family members often live nearby, making emergency gathering and coordination much simpler. An effective survival group plan should include an emergency communication strategy to facilitate quick, efficient responses. To get family members prepared, activities like survival courses, drills, and skill building exercises can be very effective. And then there's what we call bug in versus bug out teams. Okay. We're not talking about the physical act. Okay. As a disaster, or should I say after a disaster, survivalists must decide between bugging in, staying put, or bugging out, which means leaving for a safer location. Each choice requires distinct team attributes. If we talk about the bug in team, many preppers focus solely on stockpiling supplies for a bug-in scenario. But if the home becomes compromised, an alternate location within the vicinity could be invaluable. Going to grandma's house, that kind of thing. A bug-in team should be a similar group, determined by the size of the living space and available resources. Ideally, members live close by, can contribute to shared supplies, and have knowledge of home defense to deter potential looters. Now, if we talk about the bug out team, a bug out team needs to be small and highly fit, with members prepared to move quickly with loaded bug out bags if necessary. They should be skilled in wilderness skills to handle potential dangers like navigating difficult terrain, wildlife encounters, and injuries. For long-term scenarios, multiple small teams could plan to converge at a larger bug-out location, creating a more self-sustaining community once everyone has arrived. All right, so getting the bug-in, bug-out mentality out of the way. We're gonna sip a little coffee. I'm gonna check the chat. By the way, if you guys notice, there's something new. I have no idea what it's going to look like. It looks like my internet could be a little grainy today because of the hotel, but I'm pretty sure my audio is coming through just fine. There is a new thing in the live chat that talks about Papa needs a new PC. Guys, my development machine is dying, so I'm asking for super chats. If you pop one in there, it will be greatly appreciated. The goal is 10 today. I seriously doubt I will make it, so I will let you off the hook, but it's a thing now, guys. It's a thing. All right, so let's go ahead and roll over and check the chat out. Man, I really wish I could make the chat easier to see in this light. Where are we at here? Alrighty, saying good morning. Everybody's saying good morning. Where are we at? Hi from Arkansas. The pastor showed up. And let's see here. Oh, I'm way out of the chat. Let's see here. I'm just a weak link. I don't know. Preston, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Listening. Damn, my eyes are so. Where are my glasses at? This is crazy, man. Are they in this? I apologize for being ill prepared, but I did not expect to wake up and have my eyes completely not working properly this morning. Ow. Okay. Glasses are nowhere to be found. Super fun. All right, so I will squint and fight at looking at the chat here. Let's see here. That's why I watch so much YouTube trying to kill time. Bob showed up. Good morning, my friend. Rose says, no immediate family closer than 2 hours. Scattered Indiana, St. Louis, Knoxville, to Atlanta. I have brothers from different mothers closer. There you go. Well, family is a subjective term. Evelyn said, I'd say trust. Evelyn, I don't recognize you. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, all that good stuff. It helps the channel. Okay, so you did not put very much in there. So I am going to, West Virginia Pappy showed up on the Rumble. You are number 2. Where are we at here? I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. All right, so let's see here. Building a survival community. So for those aiming for a long-term solution, a survival community at a bug-out location can provide the resources and support needed to sustain life over time. Ideally, this community would have enough land for agricultural activities and livestock, allowing for self-sufficiency. For this setup to work, every team member should bring unique skills. Essentially, survival tasks should be assigned with members trained in areas like agricultural, hunting, medicine, mechanics, and defense. Each community member should be informed of their role and responsibilities to ensure efficiency and avoid confusion during a disaster. Open discussions and training are are essential before an emergency strikes, especially since certain crucial roles like medical experts may be indispensable. Now, when we talk about building roles, we also need to talk about key qualities beyond the skills. Let me see if I've got some. There we go. Key qualities beyond skills. So we're actually talking about like the person now. Why does it look like my feed is frozen? Is my YouTube feed frozen, guys? Let me see here. People keep the group healthy. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. I feel like my feed, it says my feed is frozen, but I'm still operational. I'm good, okay, because I'm looking at myself on the YouTubes and I am frozen. Okay, maybe it was just my machine. Okay, good. All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate you. All right, so I shall carry on. All right, so some of the key qualities beyond skills, guys, because we have to look at the whole person. You know, one of the things is adaptability. You know, team members must adjust quickly to changing conditions. They got to learn to make do with available resources, and they have to be able to improvise with different solutions. Adaptability ensures that a team can handle unforeseen challenges without falling apart. There are some people that it's like, I don't do anything till I get my coffee in me. And then that's the type of person who's going to slow everybody down when the time comes to actually work. You know, mental resilience, probably one of the most important things to think about. You know, does this person have mental resilience? You know, mental toughness allows individuals to stay calm, make quick decisions, and push through stress. In survival scenarios, mentally resilient individuals can keep morale high and guide the group through moments of crisis. There's been lots of times where the people that I know, my guys, have been like, this sucks. We don't want to be here. And they're just like in like mopey land. And I'm like, whatever, dude, let's reach down, grab a pair and let's go, you know? And, you know, motivation is, it's contagious, but so is demotivation. So, you know, staying motivated, but not like being, that super motivated guy, you know, but staying on point, mental resilience is key to any survival situation. So if you have somebody that may want to be in your group who is not mentally resilient, you may want to think about that, because, you know, it's at a certain point in survival, it is about survival of the fittest. You know, do you allow yourself to be taken down because you're trying to protect or save another person? And I know that goes to like some human stuff, but you have to look at the total needs of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, that kind of thing. Okay, guys. All right. So, and then also effective communication is very important when you start talking about a group. Clear, direct communication avoids misunderstandings and facilitates quick decision-making. Members should understand how to share information concisely, particularly when time is critical. One of the things that I talked about during my preparedness class 2 days ago, wow, the time is flying, was being able to do something called information sharing, and it's in a community that is trying to survive. There's only really two key things that people can contribute that will be positive every time. The first thing is patrolling, just getting a couple guys together, walking around the neighborhood, making sure everything's straight, and information sharing. Everybody's got a neighbor they can go to and say, hey, what have you heard? And so on and so forth. And that's going to be key. And most, the people in the survivors community would be called that intelligence, humans, but the reality is it's just information sharing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check the chat here real quick. I see that I've got no super chats. You guys are breaking my heart, but I'm not going to beg for it, so deal with it. All right, let's see here. You have to embrace the suck factor. Yes. And I think it's funny that actually term leached from the Marine Corps into the rest of the services and actually made its way into the hiking community. It's pretty funny. Embrace the suck. Let's see here. Rules. Sassina. Am I saying that right? Sassina. Sassina. You seem kind of familiar, but I don't really remember you, to be honest with you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Well, yes, there would have to be rules, but here's the thing, guys. Don't get caught up in a mag, the mentality behind a mag. This is a survival group, okay? Mags are completely different, and also what we're learning now is that there's actually a book that's been written by a guy who started a mag, runs a mag, very intelligent. But what the people who are in the community-based preparedness groups are finding that some of the things that mags do are not conducive to happy or basically having a happy life, or being happy within the group. And lots of mags normally completely fail because of the way they do things. All right, let's see here. Stray Kitten says, you can work without coffee? I didn't know that. Of course I can, but why should I? Yes. When you're woken up at 1 a.m. for a 2 a.m. step off to go do a freaking midnight or nighttime attack, a pre-dawn assault. Yeah, you don't get a chance to drink coffee. Matter of fact, you don't get to drink coffee for like a day if you're still alive. Let's see here. We're going to turn that off. Let's see. Sassina Simpson. There we go. Oh, Jordan. Hey, good morning, young lady. I figured out how to get my clearance by not saying I would sacrifice one of the masses. That's hilarious. All right, let's see here. Don't use the PC language. Speak bluntly and concise. Don't use the PC language and speak bluntly and concise. I would say clear and concise, because when you're speaking bluntly, you tend to speak crassly, and people don't like that. Let's see here. Jordan. No, Jordan, you just stop talking about that. If you say you would sacrifice one of the greater good, they won't give you one to secret, because I think it's a psycho trait. All right, let's see here. Stray Kitten says the old wagon trails used to write up a constitution. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, humans, we like to have things in writing, and some of that is just it's unnecessary. Let's see here. Sassina says, is 200 a good size for a group? That's actually too large, to be honest with you. But it's nice to have bodies, that's for sure. I'm also without a group, Tobias says. Well, then you probably need to start looking at your neighbors, family members, things like that. Let's see here. Rose says, at Spags Unfiltered, so is the comment on children what you meant when you see or what groups want? So is the comment on children what you have seen or what groups want? There's nothing wrong with having children's in the group. I mean, if you have, if you've got a guy who's part of the group and he's got a wife and he's got kids, then children will come with that. Okay, I don't see children as a weak link or even being part of the group, but children should also know, there's a time to be quiet and there's a time to play and there's a time to work. You know, I think that that's probably as far as I go with children until it's time. I mean, we're like leaning into like post-apocalyptic survival stuff like that. So, Cecina says, I would build 90 beds in my garage. Wow. Well, I could build 90 beds in my garage. That's pretty interesting. Oh, let's see here. Cecina, if you have a strong and well-articulated organization. That's strange since they would sacrifice many for money. It's what I have seen in various groups. Gotcha. PayPal not set up for donations. No, I don't really do a lot of PayPal, Johnny. I'll be honest with you, because if you guys didn't know this, PayPal is ran by a freaking, like fully leftist organization. So I just kind of, I mean, I could do it. I could give you a PayPal link, but I'll put a PayPal link in the description when I'm done with this video or something. Let's see here. It's like, well, I hate to say it, but it sounds like you would prefer to use PayPal instead of give YouTube money. Well, if YouTube's ran by a bunch of lefty nutbags and PayPal's ran by a bunch of lefty nutbags, what do we do now? So, it's I don't know. It's catch-22, bro. It's catch-22, but I appreciate you asking. I know which of my children will inherit the homestead based on reliance and interest. Jordan, unfortunately, that's absolutely true. Whether we like it or not, for those of you that don't know, I have 6 children and I have 15 grandchildren that I know of. And so we do have favorites. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not set up for 27 different payment options. No worries, Johnny. It's not a big deal, bro. I appreciate you. It's in some book. Yeah, well, I don't think I would ever write a book on how to build a mag. I may write a book on preparedness one day, but I don't think I'd write a book on how to build a mag, because a lot of those plans, a lot of those mags they fall apart. They fall apart because of like who owns the land, who truly owns the land. Well, you could put it in a trust, and who's just going to give up all their land to put it in a trust? Who pays the taxes on the land? How do we make money? Is this now a business? Do you bring food? Who locks the food? Who guards the food? Do you bring? Who keeps the weapon? I mean, there's 1,000 questions that don't make any sense. So, Miko, good to see you, bro. Your kids will not own your property unless they pay the death tax. Gets transferred to their home unless you do beforehand. Absolutely, 100%. That's why you set things up so that they don't have to worry about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get back on track right here. All right, group decision making and leadership. So I'm going to say something that I only halfway agree with, and then I'm going to say something that I fully agree with. Okay, so a survival team, and remember, there's a difference between a survival team and a community. All right, a survival team benefits from having an appointed leader to make final calls, especially in high-stake moments. However, having defined decision-making protocols prevents power struggles and ensures decisions are supported by the group. Leadership roles and responsibilities should be discussed openly to avoid tensions, especially when emotions run high. However, this leadership structure may not work for your group. Leaders aren't born, leaders are made. This is a huge part of any group. In any group, what I've discovered is that groups in general, organizations, teams, there does have to be a leader, okay? even though they say there's not a leader. In every group that I've ever been part of, there's always been somebody who's in charge who says he's not in charge. He or she is just the final decision maker when there's a conflict, when something is happening. And then everybody agrees that he or she has the final decision, and they trust that that person will weigh those options. Okay. Hopefully you're going to pick, and it's not because it's the person who owns the land or the guy who's got $1 million and he provided all the food and water. That's not how that works. It should be somebody that is a trustworthy person, because what you end up with is people it normally starts with the landowner who's like, I'm going to start a mag, I'm going to start a group. And then he starts to get all these ideas, and people start to follow him, and they bring those ideas into the scenario. And then that guy dies. Okay, there could be even people like with homesteads on his land, right? And I say him because I'm a guy. And now one of the children are like, I'm selling all this land, you have to move. You know what I'm saying? And there's some legalities involved with that. But for the most part, now you have an entire community that gets destroyed because, or should I say, there's an upheaval in the community because the guy who owned the land, that was the leader, you know what I'm saying? He didn't plan properly. So let's see here. Thank this scam. What am I reading here? Let's see. The whole owning the land thing is a scam. Let's see here. In some book comment was connecting the omitted word book in my comment. The book comment was correcting the omitted word. Are you saying that like what you were typing was changed? Or was this just a human error? I'm not sure. Let's see here. Whoa. It's a rental tax. It's all about perception, man. It's all about perception and what you're really willing to do. Stupid meeting, just got back. Bradley, off to the meeting. Bradley is the meeting master. He's the master of all things that are meetings. Let's see here. Welcome back. Oh, so you just got back. I got you. Stupid meeting. I just got back. Gotcha. Let's see here. And the sheeple that have faith in government. Yeah, I used to be one of those believers, Johnny, and it's in the Marine Corps and during reenlistment, somebody would often say it's hard to eat the apple once you've tasted the core. Let's see here. Oh, that's just me. Somebody putting my name in there. Good morning. Light Raider showed up. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Control the humans. That's funny. All right. Something popped up. Do you want to do anything in America? You have to fill out the correct paperwork and pay the correct amount. Yeah, Johnny, we know it's all a big joke. I see people. I know people that are in government, that are in like local governments, that will make things that they've made the process. And we're not talking about people. We're talking about the machine, that have made a process, developed a process so that their governmental organization can make money off of a piece of paper. And then they justify that money by saying that they have to pay somebody to do the job that they created. So, and I think it all started with the sheriff. And I don't mean the sheriff like we have today, which I actually respect those guys. That's probably the most powerful position in our nation, to be a county sheriff. But like the sheriff of Nottingham, you would not have needed the sheriff of Nottingham to collect taxes. Okay. If there were no taxes, and you would not have to create, once the sheriff got tired of it because it was too big, he created tax collectors, and that actually carried on through most of our lives. And we now have tax collectors that sit behind desks that never come to your house. So it's interesting to see the machine get bigger than it needs to be and destroy our lives. Let's see here. Just stay under the radar and stop rocking the boat, and you can do what you want. That's very true. It's very true. Okay, where are we at here? I need to go back to my notes. There we go. Okay, so something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, and this actually comes with leadership, but it's also needs to be emphasized within a survival group or survival team or even a community, that we need to test ourselves. And we're not talking about doing crazy stuff. We're just, it's to determine if a team will work well together. Organizing team building exercises can reveal interpersonal dynamics, like identify problems up front, and also develop friendships. Activities like camping, survival courses, and escape rooms, believe it or not, excuse me, man noise, offer valuable insights. Other excuses, or actually not excuses, other experiences such as timed obstacle courses or scavenger hunts build trust and require teamwork under pressure. These practices, these practice sessions not only help identify potential issues, but also create opportunities for the team to bond and learn each other's strengths and weaknesses. Now, then we start to get into stuff like where to find group members, sipping that coffee. And by the way, we're halfway through the hour. So let's, as usual, guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe or that thumbs up button, please do now. But also do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you love your country, America. There we go. Do that while I drink coffee and read you stuff. That's cold. I need the other cup. Double fisting it today. Oh, it's still warm. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Hotel coffee. It's not the best, but it'll get the job done. All right. So where to find group members? Well, if family isn't enough to form a complete team, local community members can be good sources for meeting others with valuable skills. Preppers might consider joining gardening clubs, hunting clubs, even self-defense classes. You're going to find a lot of people that have the same mentality there. Emergency preparedness meetups in urban area are also growing in popularity, believe it or not, and it allows people with shared investments in survival strategies to connect. This approach will allow preppers to meet individuals they might trust and depend on in the future. Something just happened. What just happened? Holy shnikes. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm going to shit. I don't know what to do. I'm going to a heart. I'm giving it a heart. I'm giving it a heart. There we go. So where we got it? Ian was number 1. We're going to give you the thumbs up. And also Bradley Collins, number 2. And we'll give you a thumbs up. And my chat just did some really weird stuff I don't understand. So I'm just going to be very patient with the tubes. The tubes. I really wish I could make that. That's what she said. I wish I could make that bigger. All right. So I'm going to minimize that. And then I'm going to maximize that. And we're going to try and, man, it's so edgy. I think that is changing something. Is that stretching it out? I'm trying to make the chat just a little bit bigger because I want to thank Ian and I want to thank Bradley. All right, guys. You guys know the deal. I got 3 minutes and 55 seconds to make it. Make my goal. All right, what do we got here? Oops, and they have to troll after they control. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Johnny, but it's true. It's absolutely true. God. It's like, I can't wait for the election to be over with. And it's like, oh, Catitude, thank you. Oh, young lady. There we go. Like, I don't know what the screen is doing, but I'm going to make this I'm going to do all the positive stuff that I can think about. I think the Russians hacked autocorrect this morning. Hey, so quick story. I think I owe it to you guys for just giving me like $20. So there was a couple that sat down during my class, and it was like, so So when the class was supposed to start, like 1 minute before it was supposed to start, there was one guy sitting in the chairs. I'm like, well, I did tell everybody I'd be prepared to do this, whether 2 people or 200 people showed up. One guy. And then so I just started talking to him, right? And then a couple more people showed up. So I started talking to them, asking them, like, were you military? Are you this, you that? Dog and ball, you were the best. Giving that all that good stuff. And oh, by the way, guys, you have to know that when you do those super chats, you can actually like type like a question, and by the laws of YouTube superpowers, I must answer that question to the best of my ability. Anyway, so he I want to say his name was Lev, and I don't remember his wife's name, but they were both very nice, and they're from Russia. They came to America, and they want to be homesteaders and preppers. And so it was very interesting. And I was kind of taken aback because when I was talking to Grumpy, he told me that there was a guy that comes to these things who's a Russian, who's a former Spetsnaz. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's like Russian special warfare guys. Anyway, they're like the guys. They're like the Super Navy SEAL, Delta Force operator, commando, Green Beret Ranger, super duper guys for the Russian army. Anyway, so I just like write directly to him and say, "You're not that Spetsnaz guy, are you?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "A Spetsnaz, Russian special forces? Oh, Spetsnazi. No, that is not me." And I was like, "That's exactly what a Spetsnaz guy would say." And he just started laughing. Yeah, you just made me think about that. You just made me think about that. All right, let's see here. Leonard Mountain Homestead. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm here 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, as long as inshallah, if you know what that means. There we go. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get back on point here because we were talking about where to find people for these groups. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about, like, just give you like a final note on the group dynamics, and then we'll go to the chat because we really do need to look at the poll. We haven't done that yet. We got 39 votes in the poll. Don't vote yet. Okay. So just a quick note on the group dynamics. All right. Building a survival group isn't a one-time task. Most preppers like to buy things, put them on the shelves, and forget about them and hopefully that they don't go, Colt, you're killing me, man. You're absolutely killing me. 100%. And I will do that. I will do that, bro. America. Let's see here. Like I said, building a group of any kind is not a one-time thing. It's kind of like being married. It does take constant work, but it should feel good. It requires ongoing communication, training, adjustment. A successful survival group, it shares a commitment to training, open communication, and a sense of mutual responsibility. This preparation combined with each other's unique skills and resilience will make any group far more effective than a lone survivor. And as you guys know, I always say, a lone wolf is a dead wolf, and you have to sleep sometime. So you need a team. Okay, so let's Leonard says, Leonard Mountain Homestead. Oh yeah, we've been subbed. We hit the like button. Now I just need to share you out right quick. Be right back. Okay. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. But it shouldn't feel that good. No orgy groups. All right, here we go. Here comes the baby oil comments. I actually didn't know what that was about yesterday when somebody put it in the live stream. Then I was listening to something while I was driving yesterday, and then they talked about, like, he has, what is it? Is it Diddy or Daddy? I can't remember. He's got all the oil. They said it was like 1,000 gallons of baby oil, and it's like, oh, come on, man. That's crazy. That is just crazy. Let's see here. Need a pack. Dude, I've got so many packs, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. I have too many packs. If you watch the members video I made last night, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, you're a prepper when you need one of those things to like push the bags in, you know, like the concierge service or the bellboy would be pushing your bags around. You know, you're a prepper when you need one of those to get into your room. Let's see here. You said group like marriage, it should feel good. Well, I mean, you can feel good and not go that far. I mean, come on. But I mean, well, we're really getting off topic. But I appreciate you. Matter of fact, I'm even going to pop you into the show. Boom. Yeah, I mean, you should feel good about what you're doing. You know, otherwise, why even do it, right? Let's see here. Just can't imagine surviving anything major. Maybe if I worked on my Spanish. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the answer. All I would say is that, you know, there's a mentality out there that, you know, why should I even prepare? Because someone can push a button and it can be all over with. Well, you know, it all comes down to hope. And it all comes down to your desire to continue to be here on this planet and breathe air, you know. And yes, I understand. Yes, some things would be hard, and some things would be torturous, and you might even physically just waste away. There's no telling, but there's also a great possibility that everything that might happen that's bad will only last for a certain period of time. And that if you can outlast that, then you will go on to better things. You would actually maybe get the chance to rebuild into something better than what we have now. So there's that. I'm kind of a glass half full guy. Let's see here. My pack is small, just my husband and I. Gotcha. I gotcha. Evelyn says, I just can't imagine. Okay, we did that already. Rose says, no, this is how I always traveled. Let's see here. I got you straight, kid. Remember, guys, whatever you post is subjective. I'm going to try and read it to the best of my ability and try to read it from your perspective or understand it. Sometimes I will fail. Let's see. Thomas, I don't recognize you. Thomas Beer. Dude, that's a dude name right there. Beer. What's your name? Beer? I can see you in recruit training. Beer, get up here. Sir, Beer, aye, sir. Let's see here. What's Thomas saying? I've had a lot of packs. Keep going back to the Alice and LBE. Dude, I'm telling you, the freaking the original Alice rucksack, as long as you can keep that thing from dry rotting, which is not impossible, that damn thing will last you forever. You can take anything you want into any other place that you want. Absolutely, hands down, my favorite pack. The only problem I ever had with the Alice system was the frame making noise while you walked. It would drive you nuts for hours on end. So you really had to make sure that you didn't get a pack frame that was broken or the rivets were too loose. And, you know, you had to do a lot of duct taping and padding to make it a little bit better. But yeah, dude. LBE, I didn't really like the LBE. I thought it was okay, but it is what it is, you know. If you don't prep, then you are part of the problem. That's true. That's absolutely true. I had a phone conversation, and I don't know that he's here or not, and it doesn't matter because I'm going to tell the story. I had a conversation with somebody I consider to be a friend of mine last night, and he was talking to me about prepping, and you know, one of the things that always come up is you know, what happens when the guy that who's always showing up to your doorstep and thinks he's your buddy and like, hey man, you got any 45? I want to go shoot, but I don't have time to go to the store, and I'll get you back. And then the guy never pays you back. So it's like he's clearly taking advantage of you, but then you equate that to like things go bad, right? And then this guy shows up and says, hey, you know, I know you're single and I know you got stuff, and you know, I've got a wife and 4 kids that I got to feed, so I need some of that stuff. What do you do then? And, you know, I deflected and I said, you know, and truthfully, it's very situational. But, you know, if this guy's coming at me, then it might be time for him to be introduced to my shovel. But it's all situational. And I kind of reassured him that he would probably be just fine with sending this guy to his maker. And if he was going to be that way in a crisis event, so where we got here, Leonard Mountain Homestead says, my husband has a go bag and and is always trying to update it with other stuff. He loves watching all the preppy channels. I gotcha. Well, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. I think anything over 30 pounds with water is kind of overkill. You can go heavier. You can go bigger. I don't have mine. I literally just took mine back downstairs about an hour ago, but mine's 30 pounds with water in it. And I think the only thing I'm missing in it is winter gear. No, I'm sorry. The only thing I'm missing in it is a tarp, but I do have a poncho. So let's see here. Let's see. Miko says, you can survive in a nuclear attack. And do you have the skills? Show survive and survive through it. That is the key to governments. Got one already. Do you? Miko, I love you, man, but I need some punctuation. In the future, you will punctuate. But yeah, it's you should definitely have a plan. You should definitely have a plan. Dogamal says, I protect my son and husband and dog first, after one after the other. That is an afterthought. I got you. All right, let's see. What do we got here? We got 46 minutes, so I've got a little bit more time for you guys since there's enough people in here. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. But staying on point with these groups, what I've found through speaking with people that are actually part of communities is what really seems to work is not necessarily just the MAG mentality. What seems to work is just having a community approach where everybody knows that you're part of a community. It's not like your community is, I live in Longshanks, whatever, or Deep River. That's a community. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this group of people who have agreed to come to each other's aid when needed. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna regularly barter. They're regularly going to trade with each other. They're going to regularly, and many of you know that I'm not religious, but although I've been baptized twice, these are the same people that are going to pray together. So community is community, and these people all have agreed that we're going to come to each other's aid when needed, when necessary. And that could be to build a fence. It could be to raise a barn. It could be to build a house or lay a foundation, or it could be because, hey, someone's inside Johnny's house. He needs our help. It could be that too. Okay. Law enforcement in a crisis situation is going to be very, very unavailable. Okay. They're not going to be able to come to you. EMS is not going to be able to get to you. All right. I guess you would need to ask yourself, do you know the reaction times for your EMS in your area? You can look it up. Okay. But so you need a community, and then that community cannot be, oh, by the way, these are the rules of the community, follow them or you're gone, that kind of thing. And oh, by the way, Johnny Joe, owns most of everything, so he's the boss. It can't be like that, because every man or woman is the king of their castle. And that means that they have all of their own stuff. There should never be a central repository for anything. Okay. Because then it's all about somebody laying claim to something. And you never want that. You never want that to happen. All right, let's see here. And honestly, if you're watching this video and you have somehow made that work, good on you. Good on you. Nothing but respect. Human beings are very fickle people. Human beings are fickle people. Human beings are very fickle creatures, and they're very protective of the things that they've earned or the things that they need to survive. So let me go to the chat here real quick. I saw some stuff pop in here. Let's see here. Elderly people can range objects. I got you, Broseph. Hey, listen, man. I know people that don't have legs that still have skills. Where are we at here? Who all Who all were at Kentucky meeting at speakers? John Willis. John Will. You know what? I don't know if that's his name. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Kentucky. Kentucky Sustainable. The light in here is awful. I'm sorry, guys. It's taken me forever to push buttons. Click here. Actually, I can probably scroll down here. No, the one I'm thinking is Jeff Smith. John Willis. I don't see his name here. Hold on, let me close off. I'll tell you who was there. So you had the couple that runs Kowalski Mountain. I ate dinner with them. Great couple. I'm going to be getting up with her, and he takes care of their homesteaders, and he takes care of like the hunting, the fishing, the trapping, all of the animal husbandry, stuff like that. And she takes care of all of the farming and the house and stuff like that. Very traditional couple, very nice. You had William Bond. You know what? Hold on a second here. I'm going to push this button. Let's see what that does. Let's see how. Let me check that out and see what that looks like. That looks awful. Hold on. Nope. There we go. All right. So you had William Bond. He is probably the top permaculture guy on the planet. Like, he is so smart. It's not even funny. Shane Trio, I did not see him. Angry Prepper, I hung out with this guy for multiple hours. He's just a fun guy to be around. He was never like angry in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I shared a picture of him within the members group, and he actually didn't have a smile, but he was starting to smirk a little bit. Let's see. Homestead, S&B Homestead Radios. These guys will make pretty much any kind of radio communication magical thing happen for you. Bill Stoker, another former Marine. He hung out with him. I actually bought his book, and now I have to read it. He did, Homestead Defense. Brian Russell, I didn't talk to him. Leslie, I did not talk to her. Jeff Smith, I sat in on his class. I won't talk bad about anybody, but I will say that I didn't learn anything. And not because I know everything, but because, it's difficult to drink a glass of water when the glass is empty, and that's where I'll leave it. Chuck Peoples, top guy in trauma medicine, had a great booth. And most of these guys didn't have booths, actually. But actually, he's the one who introduced me to the where's it at? I had it in my hand earlier when I was looking for my glasses. Now, of course, I'll probably find my glasses. Where's it at? Damn it. Get out of there. He introduced me to this new tourniquet that's on the market. The where was that? The Everyday Carry Tourniquet, ETQ. That's now part of my EDC. It looks like a toy, but it's not. They actually train with this when they do their classes. And this thing, I can't remember the exact name of it, but the spindle on the side thingy, this thing will go for 20 twists, 20 times usage before the nylon starts to stretch. This thing frickin' works, and it's small. Just remember, if you do buy it, make sure that you set it up for a one-handed use, that just in case, right? Where are we at here? We got Randall White and his wife. They were there. They were really nice. I think they did the cattle thing, and I can't remember who did Dawn Brown. I met her. She's a cute girl. She is so nice. And she does all of the cattle stuff. And I did Chronically Healthy. They were more, these were good people, but I believe he's a doctor, and she is she's the CEO of the company, but they really focus on just getting your body healthy again. And Kelly Blackwell, I don't think I ran into her at all. So, but that's what happened. That is what happened. We're going to get, let's get that back into the mix, and let's push this button to make it right. Is that it? There it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to check the chat here. We're starting to get close upon time. I got to get out of this hotel room and get on the road. I've still got about 5 more hours to drive before I get home. Ian says, of course, Johnny the government is the biggest gangster. They need their taste. Of course, LP did a video on IFAC from SOE. Don't know if Willis was there. No, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I will be doing a video on. I got my hands on a bear fac, but I want to contact what is it? Refuge Medical and talk to their team there to find out which one it is, because I got it at the fundraising supper. I paid way more than it's worth, but it's for the kids, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I want to find if it's a Bear Fact 2.0 or a 3.0 before I start talking about it. And then I've got to actually research how to get all the stuff back in it, because these things are jam-packed with stuff. And if you don't know how to put it in before you take it out, you're going to have a problem. Let's see here. Is there a link for what? Dog and Ball, is there a link for what? I found Prepper Channel while looking for gear reviews and stayed for the news on Prepper Channels. I've got you. Dog and Ball, a link for what? For Kentucky Sustainment Living? If so, if that's what you want, I'll drop it in the link. Johnny says most Prepper channels have turned into news updates channels. They have gotten away from actual showing people how to do things. Yeah, Johnny, absolutely. That's one of the reasons, I got caught up in that niche, man. You're just chasing clicks at that point. You don't have any real substance to your channel. And so that's the thing that I'm doing is I'm hoping the tourniquet. Okay. Everyday carry tourniquet. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon for you. That's the fastest way to do it. Amazon everyday carry QUET everyday tourniquet. I don't see it. Everyday Amazon. No. Oh, ETQ everyday tourniquet. Okay. Snake Staff Systems. Let's see. Let me try that one. Let me see if that's the one I'm looking for. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it right there. Hold on a second. I got you. Where are we at here? Shit. Where is it at? Groceries. All right, screw it. I'm just going to give you the raw link because I can normally make the link smaller so it's not crazy in the chat. Here's the link to the everyday carry tourniquets. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Most channels. Sandra says, I am 70, older, but have both medical stuff as an RN, medical experience. Each person has more skills than you know. I make a lot of my own stuff, soap, shampoo, detergents. I like it. Also a vet. I like it. If you get a group together, make sure you know them real well. Your life is going to depend on. Exactly. Do not listen, guys. This whole checklist thing that people are starting to do now with these mags, it's a good starting point. It's a good starting point, but it can also turn people off too. You know what I'm saying? You should probably get to know them really, really well before you introduce them to the inner workings of whatever you're doing, and the other thing too is, I was actually listening to Bear the other day and he was talking about this, and it's all about a relationship, date them for a while. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, date them for a while until you decide that you want them to have access to the inner workings of your family, let's see here. Our man, good luck with the land prices there. Sandra, we have similar backgrounds except military. Miko, Trump's in the 70s. He took a bullet. We're good. We're good. It is on Chuck's YouTube. There you go. Gotcha, Light Raider. All right, let's see. I still prefer the cat. Oh yeah, I've got them. I've got cats all over the place. But Chuck was actually like, wow, this is the thing. Actually, no, his son Craig was putting me onto this. Because he's also a paramedic and he teaches classes. All right, Grumpy showed up. Got to be able to flip group members off, walk away, and cool down. There you go. Good to see you, Grumpy. Good to see you. All right, guys. I have I've got like 1 minute left on this. I want to thank you all. I want to specifically thank the people who popped in and helped me to try and reach my goal today. But it is what it is. I think you guys all kicked ass and took names as usual. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. I have got to get. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do the poll. Hold on. We got the poll. So if you haven't voted in the poll yet, what is the most crucial factor in a survival group? And the listing thing, the things you may choose from, are trust among members, 73%. Diverse skill set, 15%, physical and mental toughness, 8%, and proximity to each other's 4%. I think Grumpy also added a significant comment. So, guys, hit that poll here in the last minute or so. I've got to start getting out of here. Stay safe. If you think about becoming a member, there's a link in the description. Go do that now. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Members, I'll catch you in the Discord. Bye-bye.